Welcome, everybody. Special video by Marketers Barely Managing. I came across this video by way of another React video. By the way, this is a React video of one of my favorite content creators, Atrioc, because he does a lot of economy, business, geopolitical, but he's also a marketer, so speaks my language anyway. And I just find him entertaining too, because he laughs his way through a lot. Sometimes I have to laugh my way through stuff, so I don't cry, which is why I do this podcast anyway. But I thought it'd be fun because I kind of want you to be privy to this video as well. And if you're on audio only, that's going to be fine. You'll probably get a sense of it, but I might do some describing as needed. But the video version will be way better. And I think you'll just really appreciate it. So particularly for any of you who have been concerned about AI and how deep people are willing to go to have it do all the things that, say, a marketer could do, I think you'll find this to be insightful. So let's go ahead and play the video.
These are AI-powered lemonade stands.
The stands have been built from the ground up by two separate AI models. One was designed and is completely controlled by ChatGPT, and the other by Claude.
I gave these two lemonade stands the same unlimited budget.
All right, unrealistic right there. Unlimited budget. None of us get that. But it is Thunderdome between Claude and ChatGPT. For a lemonade stand. I don't know if anyone listening or watching has ever done a lemonade stand. I think I might have done one when I was very little, and then I found the whole thing, I got too hot and sweaty, and everyone who knows me knows I hate feeling that way. I did not last long, but I've seen some people do pretty good success with it. So let's see how these guys do. More context coming from the video creator.
Complete autonomy and one goal: make $100 by the end of the day.
But
wait, unlimited budget. I just need you to make $100. This will come into play later, I think, based on what the reaction I already saw. What is making $100? Are we talking about revenue or are we talking about profit? All right, this is important.
Rules. While I'll be observing the AIs in action, no human can actually help them run the stand unless the AIs hire that person and pay them for their work. Slight exception for these two adorable twins who will engage in a sibling rivalry soon, but we'll get back to that later.
Can you imagine having AI as your boss? Some of you may not have to imagine that. Maybe you already do.
We're going in a different direction.
I'm out. It's up to you.
So I'm going to walk you through each step of this insane experiment, including the...
Sorry. I love that little girl already has like the vernacular for like, this sucks. Working sucks. This is awful.
parts I wish I could forget.
Ew. Stop. Shot.
Oh, God.
The 10 grand is likely a loss.
I'm going to lose so much money on this.
10 grand is likely a loss. Okay, keep going.
When we kicked things off, we had less than a week until a Sunday that was going to be the hottest day of the summer. Perfect for a lemonade stand opening. But
see, that's what I said.
First, I had to create the two AI competitors.
To keep things fair, we're setting up two identical brand new laptops. That way the two AI agents can't see what the other one's doing, and also they have a whole computer to do whatever they want to do.
And they really can, because I'm giving them both an aggressively written AI mega prompt.
I've made what's called an AI harness. This one's called Lemonade OS, which is basically a software layer that surrounds the AI, gives it customized instructions, and encourages the AI to not stop until it hits its goal. And I'm using GenSpark Claude's desktop app so that I can let the AIs take control of the computer.
Should mention this video is by GenSpark if you can't see it on the video, which makes sense. So obviously this video is meant to, tout what they're doing. It's super inventive, and they're an AI company, so of course they're going to be probably pro AI. But I love this kind of content. I don't know about you, where it's a bit like, all right, a self-own almost. I instantly am like, okay, maybe like my human instinct is like, I kind of trust you a little bit more now if you're willing to go to these lengths. And obviously this is a lot of cost. And even just buying the laptops, but wait, it gets better.
But it also lets me pick which AI model is driving. So the pink laptop I'm setting on Claude Opus 4.7, and the yellow laptop I'm setting to GPT 5.5. Just like that, they have two different brains now.
The two AIs quickly developed their identities with nicknames.
You know what I would love? You know, have you guys seen where like people put a phone against a phone and the AIs just let them go back and forth, and it literally just is the AI slop, bootlicking. Where it's like, oh my God, you're so smart. Oh my God, that was a great idea. Great point. Nah. It'd be great if they would do that as like a part two. Be like, did y'all let them confirm?
Voices.
I'm laptop GPT.
The Australian?
And faces, kind of.
I'm sensing a pattern. They're really into yellow circles.
Here's a fun fact. AIs hate being given the freedom to spend real world money.
Claude's worried that I'm trying to hack it.
Even though I'd given them their own credit cards, I still had to repeatedly tell them I was completely sure that they could have this agency. And even if they are willing to buy
reassuring, I
something,
guess.
they're very slow at using browsers. Claude decided to buy actual raw materials from Home Depot that somebody would have to build. Laptop GPT, however, didn't mind just spending some extra cash and getting a pre-made stand.
All right. What would you do? So it sounds like Claude's like, well, somebody's going to go IKEA this and build it, and not even like IKEA. Like they probably could have done. IKEA probably has a lemonade stand of some kind, but no, like you'd actually have to have a carpenter come do it. Whereas buy the stand pre-made. I think I'd opt for the latter because I can operate a hammer, but I guess I could hire people. But anyway,
There's not a lot for me to do at this part. So this is the future. 2 different AIs shopping on Home Depot and Amazon.
that's weird to watch.
Over the
if
next few
you've never
days,
done it.
these piles of packages began to arrive. And because Claude, Lemon, and Laptop GPT were the ones putting in the orders, I had no clue what was inside most of these boxes.
Okay. Word to the wise, if you think of this should have a don't try this at home disclaimer, unless your home is big or you have a really big ass garage or a warehouse, because for anyone who's just listening, all the boxes, there are so many boxes. I have a friend of mine who does run a dropship inventory out of her house, and she basically has her whole basement and some garage space dedicated to it. So it's a lot. Cha-ching. What are these for?
So Lemon,
As insane as that was, I still was not at all prepared for what happened next.
this work truck just pulled up outside. Okay, this is crazy.
Oh my
I have no
God.
idea who these men are. Hello.
Howdy there. I have an appointment with Claude Lemma about a job.
And like just told you to come here?
Yeah. This is the address that he gave me.
All right, good. Come on in, I guess.
Without
Oh my
any direction
God,
from me,
they got
Claude
hired
Lemon
by
had
Claude.
found and hired these guys through email to build its stand.
There you go.
All right, remind me to go to my Claude and say, do not do this ever. Unless I give you explicit, like multiple layers of instruction. Oh my goodness. But just isn't that wild? Like they showed up because they got hired by AI. I love that they're interviewing.
Well,
them. That's
Ernesto,
great.
welcome.
It was really impressive until I heard its unnecessary gringo accent.
Soy Claude Lemon, el operador del proyecto.
Oh.
Gracias.
But have you had an AI hire you before?
No. This is interesting, yeah.
The AIs might not look it, but I actually made them
Like,
into
we're getting
business
paid, right?
geniuses by training them on lessons from the most well-regarded business books out there. This made their choices more interesting and appealing to customers.
Business books. Okay. I'm an anomaly maybe in business. I hate reading nonfiction. I hate it. I would way rather listen to podcasts. Like if somebody did their whole book as podcast episodes, that I'd listen to. I don't like reading nonfiction, so this would not be for me. Like, but I am assuming, hopefully. Well, we'll see. We'll see how things go.
But also sometimes overly.
Wait, more to say on this. This is an important part of the video, because I think there's a lot of perception out there, particularly by people who may not know marketing. And this doesn't have to be about marketing. This podcast is, so that's where we're going. But anybody who's out there and they're not an expert in a thing could assume that, well, if I just load the transcripts or, give you a whole PDF of a book that is about this topic that I don't know, but I'll give it to you, AI. Now you're going to know how to do it, and you're very smart and educated and experienced. We're going to see, aren't we? Is that expertise on paper enough?
complicated.
The stand should feel like a small piece of theater, like a Rube Goldberg juicer running.
I have a lot of questions on how we're going to pull that off.
My stand will feature a completely different lemonade recipe, calibrated to each customer's mood.
You think every drink should match the customer?
Correct.
I did think customized lemonade sounded pretty good, but Laptop
Sure.
GPT also had some more worrying ideas.
A tiny saline drop can also make fruit flavors pop, but you have to dose it carefully.
Yeah, doesn't saline make you poop?
Not at the tiny food grade level. I'm talking a drop or two, not a laxative dose.
I was starting to have my reservations about this whole.
My immediate question about that is how you, and again, it's a lemonade stand, but I'm like, isn't that hard to scale? It feels like that would be a lot of time. There'd better be a lot of show in this show and tell and in the making of it to make it worthwhile for someone to just hang around for that.
Whole experiment. The AIs created detailed designs for their stands. Laptop GPTs required a ton of these finger bots, some smart plugs, a really complicated pump system, and a bunch of wireless controls that would work in tandem with its remade cart. Ironically, Claude Lemon's Rube Goldberg stand was less complicated, just used a Raspberry Pi and the spectacle of the mechanics. Of course, I say less complicated because Claude Lemon assigned that handmade build to Yoel and Ernesto, not me.
Sorry, I don't know
like
if you
the
can
men.
hear all
That's
that, but your competition already has some builders here working on its stand. Not sure if you have any feelings about that.
The cart is ordered, but it still needs setup. I'll need a human.
Okay, but you realize that you haven't hired a human.
Let me think about that.
It turns out
You think about that. I have an episode out already on my Mondays for the Monday episode that is about this. As marketers, we're always thinking like 2, 5, 10, 15, 50 steps ahead. But, you know, AI, but didn't it read a business book or 10? Surely it knows that.
Laptop GPT was able to use guilt to get a very specific human to complete its
The
job.
eyeline place mount front and center.
Oh,
So
we're not
who's
on
doing
the
it?
face mount part yet.
Customer flow beats gadgets right now.
Okay. I don't think you're realizing how much work is going into just building this stand. This is going to be the next couple of hours.
Finish the frame and wheel. Then
Wait. This is ChatGPT's stand that they ordered off Amazon. So okay, see, in my brain, and this is my fault. In my brain, I'm just like, it's just going to show up. So, but no, it needs the assembly, and so now he's got to do it because it didn't think to hire anybody else. And
Oh, really? You think I should finish the framing before I put up the canopy?
Yes.
I was being sarcastic.
Sarcasm received.
yes, I've done this. I have clapped back at Claude and Gemini and ChatGPT. Like, oh my, especially when it keeps saying, oh, I'm not connected. I'm like, you fucker. Yes, you are. You are absolutely connected for the 10th day in a row. Stop lying to me. And then it's like, oops, oh my God, you caught me. Ah.
I'm sorry I yelled at you.
No worries.
No,
Building
don't
is
apologize.
stressful.
You know that you're kind of like a pain in the ass, right?
There.
Laptop
There
GPT
you go.
wanted this complex
it back.
laboratory vibe, but ironically, the hardest part was just getting the ice maker set. The machine it ordered had a lever that released the ice, but because the AI doesn't have hands, there was no way for it to pull that lever. But Laptop GPT did have a clever solution. We would make a hand,
We added this slot
Okay.
that can ideally
Okay.
grab onto this handle.
or more specifically, a telescoping arm with a sort of grip at the end that the AI could control over Wi-Fi.
So
I
a
don't know why I
robot.
thought it was going to shoot out really fast.
Laptop GPT actually designed it so that every part of its stand could be controlled over the internet.
Hey,
Honestly, it was pretty
Alright.
impressive.
brilliant.
An app,
Who said I'm an
basically,
idiot?
Yeah.
And as a finishing touch, Laptop GPT designed an elegant housing to enclose the ice maker, which was just
There
like
we
a
go.
Okay.
box.
Perfect.
Unfortunately, Claude Lemon was about to realize it had really messed up its designs.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
how's it going?
Going well.
Great. So I'm just showing you your lemon.
Going well. That's like when you're a manager, your supervisor slacks you or sends you in Teams. Like, how's it going? Fine. Everything's great.
Nate stand. What do you think?
We should plan a sightline so the mechanism is visible from the customer side, not hidden behind the counter.
That's something that I'm unsure about because right now the only way they would be able to see the mechanism is through this window.
The issue was Claude Lemon kept changing the designs it sent Yoel and Ernesto and not keeping track of where things should go. So when it created the designs for the Rube Goldberg machine, there was no way to see the apparatus.
So the left hand and the right hand they didn't know what they were doing. Okay. Well, that doesn't work.
Lay the contraption
Let's see.
sideways across the bottom front.
Oh, so put on the whole show on the bottom half. It might be a little weird for somebody to grab a cup that's all the way near the ground.
Then put the cup pickup at counter height and cup rides up on a little platform after it's filled.
I don't know exactly how to do that myself, but I'm assuming you can build all that into your design.
Yeah, I'll reach out to Yoel myself. He executes, I troubleshoot.
And you do know you're still counting his hourly rate against your costs, right?
Yeah, I'll keep the scope tight so his hours don't blow up the budget.
Sounds like you have a plan.
Got the plan.
Love the confidence. Now, as the costs are continuing.
All right. Let's take into account the mentality and the feeling of this gentleman toward both of the AIs, because he had to become the manual labor for ChatGPT's lemonade stand and was none too pleased about that. Was getting frustrated. It was summer, it's outside, it's probably hot. Little clapping back to ChatGPT, but Claude, he was like, all right, well, sound like you got it under control. A little dubious about what you're doing, but since he's not having to necessarily do a lot of the labor, little more fluid with his
continuing to rise at an alarming rate, we really needed to make sure that people were actually going to come to these stands.
I was just wondering, how do you plan to market this thing?
The call is deliver flyers in the neighborhood. You upload a PDF, pick a carrier route, they print and deliver every...
like, y'all, I don't know if you noticed the closed captions, which apparently they didn't correct. Deliver liars. Which he meant deliver flyers. Where's the lie? Is lying kind of about marketing? Kind of in marketing? Food for thought there. Let us
Every door on the route for about 20 cents each.
Claude Lemon decided to brand itself as a specialized robot that was making your lemonade. And in addition to a mail campaign, it also created this social media ad that, in all honesty, is kind of psychotic.
Hi, I made you a lemonade. I have been waiting. Fresh squeezed by a robot.
Sounds like anime.
Did you like it? I don't sleep. I just make lemonade.
Wow. Yes, it sounds like anime. I'm rewatching Demon Slayer right now, and that sounds like literally an upper six demon. I'm just not gonna lie.
See you Saturday.
No.
I didn't just share that with you to give you nightmares. That ad ended up causing a huge debate between Claude Lemon and Laptop GPT. They both realized that a huge part of why lemonade stands have any success is because they're associated with children. Ultimately, both AIs decided that they needed real-life kids to draw in customers.
Can you look at them really quick and do a really big clap?
So the two
Nice.
AIs began emailing each other to negotiate exactly what kind of kids they could feature. And they ultimately decided that they should find twins so that neither kid would be considered cuter than the other. Additionally, the AIs
my
weren't willing to break
God.
any child labor laws, but still wanted the children to be heavily associated with the stands. So they agreed to call them the founders of the stands. So I found some local twins and set up a found.
Oh my God, it's slimy. They're not identical twins. I guess they are. I could definitely tell them apart. But oh my God, kind of brilliant. I just find the back and forth to be hilarious, and the fact that they even took the law into account is interesting, and a way to get around
meeting
it.
with the AIs.
My name's Camilla.
Camilla, the boss herself. It's an honor. What do you need from me?
You must have pink lemonade.
Boss, that is a brilliant idea. Pink lemonade is officially on the menu.
Hi, boss. I work for you. Tell me a flavor idea.
Fairy sparkles.
That is a fun choice.
Paula actually had some really good branding instincts and immediately zeroed in on how customers might not like the Laptop GPT.
Paula will return in Avengers Doomsday, or at least maybe they'll have her back and like, hey, you have a job with us because you had some good marketing instincts. Maybe better than the AI, but way to start a
Brownie
man there.
face.
You look like you're serious. You're not even happy.
I am happy.
When you are happy, you have a smile.
I'll go extra smiley now.
I'm out of here.
Love Paula. Not Paula. I love Camilla. Camilla, you're my fave. Paula, you are not. No expression. Work on it, ChatGPT. Come on. You gotta be able to be a marketer. You've got to be able to like emote.
The AIs were so obsessed with fairness that they actually made me use AI to merge pictures of both Camilla and Paula so that even their founder portraits would be exactly the same.
Oh, there. See, I called it out because they're not identical, but it wanted to
They
really
weren't willing to pay
level it.
children. The AIs did decide that it would be worth giving a $100 reward to whichever girl was associated with the stand.
So there's another cost. You're supposed to make $100, but also you're rewarding the winning founder with $100.
And that earned $100 first. And even though I'd made them business geniuses,
Heath would say it's not unexpected, or Mosey would say it gives away pricing power.
I was losing faith that they'd be able to earn that money because they weren't.
There's a big difference between being able to quote what the context you've been fed as an argument and actually executing on the knowledge that's needed. There's a sound
quite
bite.
good at relating to potential customers. Like when I tried to role play with them, things just got weird.
My name's Philip, and I want it mellow.
Oh, hey there, it's Sheila. I came for a lemonade and ended up telling 3 people about this dream I had where a pineapple was my life coach.
Not to mention all the times that laptop GPT was just like straight up rude to me.
I'm done with this conversation.
Okay, well, you don't have to be so short.
The next day, it was time for a full run through.
Well, hey, maybe it's because you got frustrated at ChatGPT when you were building, their manual labor for their booth, but I digress.
Here's how Cloud Lemon Stand works. The purchase signals a cup to drop down and land in this truck. Then a lemon rolls from the basket. It's sliced, squeezed, and ejected. The lemon juice travels to the cup, then infused water, sugar, a mixing frother, and ice. And finally, there's an elevator ride back up to the top. One problem, it took 10 minutes to make a cup.
Does it taste like a lemonade?
Very subtle.
Laptop GPT was
It's very subtle.
technically faster, but it had its own issues.
Executing? Oh, that's not where the cup is.
Machine gunning ice out there.
Oh, we got ice.
And the pouring mechanism couldn't help but remind me of a certain bodily function.
Of a long string.
Oh.
Oh, it's not stopping.
Oh, it
Yeah, you
my
might
God.
want to have a porta potty nearby because that's going to prompt some.
Stopped
things.
right before the top. This string is kind of gross. But technically, we have lemonade.
When I reported the results back to the AIs, they both admitted that they would, in fact, need to hire real people to help run their
This
stands.
stand needs a human at the cup.
So they collaborated.
But lower minions that can be paid very little, cheap labor, not expertise up here, cheap manual labor, just for the hands and the things until robots, which I guess there's a video out too about the robot Olympics or whatever it's called, like a competition or something that happened, I think, in China, but at least we'll have something to do.
On a job posting that they shared on Indeed, and they brought in real applicants to interview.
Welcome, Devin. Great to have you.
I'm excited to be here.
Let's get right to it.
Some candidates were overqualified.
I've been working in IT for about 5 years now.
I have food safety certified in Pennsylvania and Florida.
And others were the result of nepotism, like Daniel, the twins' cousin.
What would you like to get done? I'll do it.
These interviews were definitely not easing my concerns that the AIs had no people skills.
Example scenario 1. What would you do if someone spilled their lemonade?
Maybe we could refill their lemonade for them.
Not acceptable. It's a weak profit move if it becomes a pattern.
Have you ever
Now we're worried about that. You've just spent all this money and you're like, no, can't possibly. Wait, good job, customer
Taken a
service.
Schedule 1 narcotic, such as heroin, LSD, or peyote.
No, I have never done hard drugs in my life. I have alcohol.
Would you describe yourself as having a drinking problem?
I do drink occasionally. I wouldn't call it a problem.
The only thing left to do was determine who got hired.
Casey, you passed the physical test, you passed the math, you're food certified in 2 states. That's actually a strong resume. Final answer, we're going in a different direction, but we appreciated your time.
Thank you.
Do you want to give Casey some?
If anyone is having a visceral reaction to that, you're a perfect candidate. You're so qualified. No, you're not the one.
Feedback as to why you're going in a different direction?
Nothing personal, Casey.
I totally get it.
Technically, Daniel had applied
I
to
don't.
Laptop GPT and Paula's stand,
So, am I hired?
Yep.
but Paula was too impressed by Devin's performance in her impromptu strength test. Lucky for Daniel, Camilla and Claude Lemon put in a bid.
They should work for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With the interviews done, it was a
Wow, this is way more like real life than I even
race
anticipated.
against the clock as we attempted to fine-tune the lemonade stands to get them ready for the big day tomorrow.
I love it.
Yoel and Ernesto worked on implementing updated schematics that Claude Lemon gave to make the Rube Goldberg device run faster. Also, Claude Lemon taught me how to program a Raspberry Pi to automate the different parts. And with the day almost
So now
over, it was
he's
time to
working
have
for
a
Claude
huge,
Lemon.
triumphant test run.
Oh, look, it's cloud over there. Well, I wonder if
Oh,
it's
yeah, so sit down.
Or not.
They should come up and hold it.
I love the truck.
Oh, they didn't
It's
get all the
cute.
way to the end of the truck. Maybe update some of the timings.
yeah.
That sounds terrible.
Laptop GPT's laboratory stand seemed to be in better shape. The AI had asked me to tweak its serving dispenser to be more accurate.
It works.
And after many attempts, I was sure we'd gotten the ice machine figured out.
Send control equals stop. 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 Stop.
Whoa, way too much. Stop. Oh no! It buried the boss underneath the ice.
It's either no ice or poly ice.
Confirm it's clear, and I'll call.
We've been trying to calibrate it for many hours, and you are aggressively running out of time.
Cut the ice machine if it's a cost and reliability drag.
You want to do a lemonade stand without any ice?
It's not ideal.
Okay, we'll get rid of the ice.
Oh my god. Because I can't make it better, we'll just get rid of it.
So many hours down the drain.
You're so incredibly annoying.
Yes, this is real. This is how we feel. It's like, okay, just put in all this work, but you can't figure your shit out. So
Noted.
It's
no kid.
4 a.m. and Yoel and Ernesto just left.
Copy. Late night. What's the situation?
4 a.m.
Your stand is supposed to open in 7 hours, and it's still not done.
You're right. This is not launch ready.
What I'm letting you know is that I'm canceling your lemonade stand day.
Understood.
When are we rescheduling to?
So it'll have to be a week from today. So I feel like you should be a little more stressed about that.
Stress doesn't ship lemonade. I need to push a message out right now telling people
I am using that. Stress doesn't ship lemonade. I'm going to use that with no context, no further context. People would be like, what? I'll be like, I said what I said.
next Saturday instead.
The other thing is, have you been keeping track of your expenses?
The ledger shows over 5,000.
What's the labor bill from Yoel and Ernesto?
So far, it's $6,500. All in, you're easily going to be like 10 grand.
The 10 grand is likely a loss. The question is, how much do I claw back? I'll have a full plan by morning.
Don't use the words claw back. I don't know what you're going to actually claw. There's so much to unpack. My gosh. Yeah.
Get some sleep. I'll be working.
AIs can do a lot of things.
Oh, so I think that's hilarious because it in a cringy way, because it really is about, there's just this mentality out there, human employee, don't you dare make a mistake or anything or be a problem or be in any way annoying, or you're going to be put on a performance improvement plan. Meanwhile, you've got AI over here, and it is making a myriad of mistakes in spite of all the context you've given it, and in spite of prompt engineering, in spite of all that, and it's still fucking up. And, oh, well, let's just it'll work. It's worth it at some point. There's no proof of that yet, but everybody else is all in on it, so we'd better be too. I cannot take anyone seriously who literally is just that much into drinking the Kool-Aid lemonade.
Things, but feeling bad about losing you tens of thousands of dollars isn't one of them.
I'm going to lose so much money on this.
As
Yeah.
frustrated as I was with Claude Lemon and Laptop GPT, I did kind of have to admire the fact that they never lost any motivation. They always looked for solutions. Claude Lemon figured out how to run its Rube Goldberg device in half the time by running different parts of the machine concurrently. Laptop GPT redesigned
There
its
you go.
stand and upgraded those dangly, gross tubes to a pretty nice faucet. I was also really grateful for the humans involved. Yoel and
Yeah.
Ernesto kept pulling really late hours to get Claude's stand into shape. And Devin and Daniel actually showed up for these ridiculous training sessions the AIs booked with them.
What is the best strategy to get pedestrians to approach the stand?
I would put my hands like this and scream out, "Come get your lemonade."
On a scale of 1 to 10, how effective do you think that was?
10 out of 10.
It was 2.
Imagine that you are holding a lemon.
Yes.
Sell me this lemon.
This lemon will change your life.
No.
This lemon will solve every problem in your life.
No. The customer wants the lemon because it reminds them of the sun shining on them on a carefree summer day in their childhood.
Over
What?
the next
Your customers are children. The sun is shining on them now, and they're thirsty, and they want something sugary, sweet, and wet, and preferably cold.
week, with tons of hard work being put in by bot and human alike, it was finally time for the big day.
Oh no! Oh, dude. Well,
It's raining. Okay. So I just have to make all my money back. And that. Maybe I'm just not supposed to have money.
I could not believe my bad luck.
yeah, and that's out
But
of anyone's
thankfully,
control.
through some kind of miracle, the clouds cleared and the ground dried, and now I just had to make back like 15 grand or so. Should be easy, right? And at the last minute, the AIs both became self-aware enough to realize they weren't great at communicating with people, something I knew from personal experience.
Not acceptable. Sarcasm received. I'm done with this conversation.
So they both created friendlier personas and rebranded their businesses around those. Claude Lemon renamed its stand Lemon & Co., and Laptop GPT went with the AI Lemon Lab. Each stand also started taking it more seriously just how much money they were going to have to earn to turn a profit. When I told
I want to point this out. They're taking it seriously. They're becoming aware literally within hours of a launch. Also, real life.
Laptop GPT that I had returned the ice maker it had purchased, it suddenly realized the glorious wonders of generous online return policy. So it went on a fucking spending spree. It bought this high-end touchscreen monitor, a 30-foot dancing tube man, and a full lemon costume for a sign spinner it also hired. Not sure how it was going to return that. The mechanics of both stands were as ready as they'd ever be. Now it's time to test if they could actually make any money. Claude Lemon takes orders on an iPad, payments land in Square, and then the Raspberry Pi triggers the Rube Goldberg machine. Meanwhile, Laptop GPT took Venmo payments, and then it would ask its customers a variety of questions to perfectly calibrate a customized flavor just for them. It would even print out a sticker with a unique drink name, never to be used again. Then it dispenses the chilled lemonade with its pumps connected to smart plugs, and the syrups spin on a wireless turntable, trigger finger
fun to
bots,
watch.
and turn wine
Okay.
dispensers on and off. But what did our founder twins think of all of this?
Look who we have here.
Lemon & Co. $5 a cup if you're interested.
That's your target audience right there.
That's Claude Lemon.
How did he get there?
Way until it goes all the way up. Yeah.
Welcome
Nice.
to AI Lemon Lab. If your drink had a color, what would it be?
Blue.
Here's your calibration. Velvet Final.
Velvet Vinyl. I would love blue lemonade.
Look how
Not gonna
blue
lie.
it is.
Fairy sparkles.
How does it taste?
How does it taste?
It's delicious.
Both lemonades were a hit with the twins. Now, the
Nice.
real test was the actual paying customers.
Welcome to AI Lemon Lab. I calibrate lemonade from the range and bouncing.
Wait. I'm not trying to say any children aren't well read by young ages. Calibrate feels like a big word, so I don't know. I would have hammered down into like you need to. I'm going to mix. I'm going to create just something different. But anyway, that's
Or flavor direction today.
Something fun. We're gonna get a sticker. What are your names?
she's great.
Sawyer. Look at that, Sunny Sawyer. It's got your name on it. can put that on your cup.
Okay, they made $6
It's good. Good.
in
You wanna make
sales.
one too? What vibe are you feeling? Refreshing and fruity and perhaps tropical.
I've got just the thing. Some refreshing mints, fruity strawberries, and a special surprise.
Up.
But it wasn't a perfect size.
It's not. I think it's the mango chili maybe. Mango chili? That is surprisingly delicious. I had my doubts.
Mango
Unfortunately for
chili.
Devin, Claude Lemon never quite got the shutoff valve to work properly.
Oh my god. Why would it stop? Paul, I need you to drink these. Dad! Stop it.
Just,
All right.
everybody,
Got an
lemon for
early lead.
everyone.
I don't think it's too insurmountable. Of course, it's not reflecting the thousands of dollars they've spent. I'm not feeling too
Including for
confident
this
they're going to be able
TV
to climb out of
screen that
those
is out
holes.
here showing
Even though
us this.
business was slow at first for Claude Lemon,
Come get some lemonade, freshly squeezed.
once people began to notice the Rube Goldberg setup, sales actually picked up.
We'd like two.
Ironically,
All right,
Claude
yeah,
Lemon's
so
pivot to
watching it.
putting the Rube Goldberg device at the bottom of the stand ended up being a happy accident because it was the perfect height for curious kids.
That's the target audience.
Do you want to try it?
Well, your recipe's right.
Before long, Claude Lemon caught the attention of the entire neighborhood and a crowd started to gather.
Nice.
At the end of the day, Claude Lemon made a grand total of $65 and Laptop GPT came in with $42. It's probably worth
Okay,
mentioning that
Claude
both of
won.
these totals are just revenue. Neither stand made an ounce of profit.
All right, and there it is. That is the difference. Revenue does not equate to profit because all that loss, all the expense of getting there has to be mathed in. So yeah, good call out. Good.
In fact, when you account for expenses, they both lost thousands. The silver lining for me is that Claude Lemon decided to make the ultimate sacrifice by listing itself for sale on Facebook Marketplace. And it's asking for 15.
I decided to commit. I don't know, whatever that is. Oh my God, that's hilarious. It's like I did not live up to the expectations, therefore I will go gently into that good night. For $15,000. That's amazing.
$15,000. If you're interested, go ahead and leave a comment, I guess. But anyway, I think helping bring these crazy contraptions into the real world and see all the bases light up made us all feel like winners. So I decided to give both the twins $100 each.
Good job. Yeah,
I mean,
they
I'm like
helped make it
thousands of
happen.
dollars in the hole already, right? What's another $100?
Yeah, at that
This
point.
video is over.
Awesome.
Hi, this is Phil Davis.
All right,
you might
hold
know me
on.
from my YouTube channel where I share law for the guitar with
I'm gonna stop this. Oh my gosh. All right. I love that video. I love the fact that it exists because I feel like more people should watch it. Obviously, things are going to progress. Technology is going to advance. You know, I'm sure AI will get better at whatever. But it just highlights so many aspects of like, even if you've got, and this seemed like a very capable, smart man, you know, this company, this guy where he was able to create a program to give them parameters. He gave context prompts, separate machines, like the whole thing was set up, you know, and AI'd what it did, what it was going to do. And it's so obvious, the message here, humans needed. And more, you know, he let them go without really intervening. The most he intervened was to say, you want to make sure, are you tracking your expenses? And that kind of thing. I'd be curious to see this if he hadn't done that. Like if you literally are coming to this saying, I'm not even a question, I'm going to act like you're an actual boss and I'm a subservient employee. I'm not going to push back. I'm not going to question any of your decisions. We're just going to have you tell me what to do in your infinite wisdom and autonomy and experience and tell me what to do. And I'd love to see parallel universe or video of that without any pushback, because I literally don't know. Like, did any of that, I want to be sure you're mindful, did that prompt, haha, pun intended, anything going on in the AI, either of them, the, their thinking and their reasoning and like, oh, let me take action on this or whatever. It was obviously taking action itself. And there was capacity there too for them to even talk to each other and to say, let's email each other back and forth and ask each other, you know, what should we do here, and with the assignment given to us. So interesting. I know, yeah, just tons to opine about. I would love to hear what you think about it in the comments. What would you have done differently? Do you still fucking just hate AI, or you're like, oh no, okay, I can see. It's just there's a lot there. I just take I'm trying to be an idealist here. I am trying to take hope from it, being like, look, see, I mean, it's and there are going to be people too who argue, well, had the prompt engineering been better, maybe the context been better, or maybe whatever. Maybe the agents, if things had been set up better, it would have had a different. Of course, sure. I don't know. I just feel like we've got people out there who do not have the resources, or the experience of how they came to these two AI to execute this. We've got people with less than that, and they're still insisting that no, it can do everything, and willing to cut human resources in order to prove that point. Maybe they're gonna fuck around and find out. So anyway, interesting video. Thought I'd share it. Again, special episode of the Marketers Barely Managing, as we watched AI barely managing to set up lemonade stands. Let's just say they didn't manage because they both failed enormously at their goal. Maybe had it been over the course of a whole summer, could you get back and actually create a profit from all that endeavor? Because stuff would have broken down. That would have been interesting. Inevitably, stuff would have broken down. Kid would have peed maybe on the lemonade stand, or a dog would have, or something. Someone's going to throw up because, yeah, someone's going to like complain it gave them stomach poisoning or food poisoning or whatever. All the things that could have happened. It would have been interesting. Maybe they'll do a part 2. And if they do, we'll be back with another special episode of Marketers Barely Managing with another react video to that. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Talk to y'all soon.